So Dana White made some major fight announcements last night, as I'm sure most of you have seen. We got Alex Bejeda fighting Yuri Prohaska for the vacant light heavyweight title as the co-main event of UFC 295, which is the John Jones vs. Stipe Miocic card. Dana also finally announced Leon Edwards vs. Colby Covington as the main event for the welterweight belt at UFC 296, with Alexandre Pantoja vs. Brandon Royval as the co-main event for the flyweight belt. Who do you guys got for these fights? And which fight are you most excited for? Post your opinions in the comments. Aljamain Sterling says that Dana White was definitely happy when he lost to Sean O'Malley. Aljo made an appearance on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani today. He went on to say, "I know he was definitely happy. He was definitely happy. How could he not be? Their Golden Goose won in a fight matchup that he legitimately," I hate saying that because it sounds like I'm discrediting the guy, but it's a way of saying that 8 or 9 out of 10 times thing, right? So that 1 time out of 10, or 2 out of 10, it happened, you know? But at the end of the day, I think we all knew the writing was on the wall, and it was just up to me to stick to the script. The one mistake I knew studying tape, I literally gave to the guy on a silver platter. I almost felt like Sean when he won. He was in such disbelief that he was like, "That's it?" But yeah, Dana didn't really say much to me. I don't know what the it was nothing of importance. It was just kind of like, "You okay?" or something like that. It was like, whatever. I don't know. Henry Cejudo tells Mike Bell that he makes him sick. Mike Bell is the judge who scored the 5th round at 10-8 for Alexa Grasso at Noche UFC this past weekend. Henry wants something done about judging in MMA.
Is MMA really turning into boxing? The biggest question that I have out of this whole thing as I'm thinking is what's going on with this 10-8 round, the 5th, for Alexa Grasso? I mean, it is Mexican Independence Day, and this is one thing that Valentina did bring up to mind, is the judges tend to lean more towards the favorite athlete when it comes to a special holiday. Does Alexa Grasso deserve to have a 10-8 round? Like, to me, it really doesn't make any sense. I go back to my fight with Aljamain Sterling, that 5th round, like even he said it, Henry won. Did Alexa win the 5th round? 100%. Was it a 10-8 round? Absolutely not. Mike Bell, you absolutely make me sick. You absolutely make me sick. You should retire from judging because you don't know absolutely anything. I have Alexa winning round 2 and 5, and that's it. And for what Valentina was able to do and the way she was able to kind of pop up her face, watching the fight as a whole, Valentina was the victor.
Sean O'Malley discusses what should be next for Sean Strickland.
I mean, it's crazy because people are saying like Izzy's 3-7 in his or 4-7 because he lost to Jan Blachowicz, lost to Alex Pereira, lost to Sean Strickland. But dude, I mean, went up to fight Blachowicz, knocked out Pereira after he lost. So he kind of, I mean, it's whatever. But
yeah, it opens up that division, which is gonna be kind of fun because that division's been stagnant for a long time. I saw Sean Strickland opened up as a huge underdog to almost every single guy, like potential fight. Yeah, he was like underdog for all of these fights, which is just.
It definitely makes the division more interesting. People are saying immediate rematch, yes or no. I don't know. I don't as a fan of Izzy. It's like, yeah, you want to see him fight for the rematch, but it's also like, just let Izzy just chill.
Yeah,
let Paulo versus Khamzat winner that fight.
Yeah,
what's his nuts?
I'm curious if they're going to do the winner of that or if they're going to have DDP fight. I think a lot of people would rather almost see Paulo versus Khamzat because people want to see Khamzat, but yeah, DDP's waiting.
I would be more excited Paulo or Khamzat, but either way, it makes the division a lot more interesting because Izzy kind of ran through that division
twice.
Yeah, twice. It was crazy. Like, he looked good on the walkout, looked calm, looked focused, looked ready to go, but I think just Strickland wasn't throwing a lot, but he was pressuring a lot, and it was hard for Izzy to counter, and he had such good defense, like a weird defense. He can't hide his chin. You know, I think there's a couple adjustments you could make to change that fight a little bit. Fighting's all about momentum, and Izzy didn't crack him. I feel like you need to crack him, motherfucker, to let him know, hey, okay, you can't just walk forward like that.
Yeah.
But Strickland fought a beautiful fight, very impressive, got the job done, flew to Australia, and did it. But yeah, wow. So we'll see what happens next. Sean Strickland's number 8 pound for pound, not quite there at number 7, but it's okay. You know, you keep working, you keep chasing your dreams, you might just get there.
Upon the announcement of Leon Edwards defending his welterweight title against Colby Covington at UFC 296, Leon posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, "December 16th, I put the final nail in this man's coffin. #headshot dead." Ian Gary left a comment saying, "Amen to that, bro." Colby fired back at Leon with a promo video on his social medias. Colby says he's bringing that belt back home.
The people have been asking me,
When you bring that belt back.
Where's the fight?
why aren't you fighting? When is the King of Miami coming back? Well, guess what? America's champ is back. Now let's bring that belt back to America on the 305.
Daniel Cormier reveals that he recently spoke to someone in Stipe Miocic's camp, and after Stipe recently announced that he was putting on weight for this fight, he apparently has never looked better. DC said, "I think the best Miocic is in the mid-240s, and he's saying now that he's back around that weight. I spoke to someone in the Miocic camp, and they told me he's never looked better. He looks huge, he looks big, he looks strong. Now, is that going to be enough? I don't know. I'm just giving you this information. I'm pulling the curtain back so you guys can understand that expect the Stipe Miocic from the title run, opposed to the guy that we saw later, the small guy, the skinny guy. Stipe Miocic isn't a guy who lives a big life publicly, but he carries that chip when you start to doubt him. I remember sitting at press conferences with Miocic, and he would say things like that. Okay, doubt me. And he would almost smirk, because he knew what most in the public didn't know. The way he was training, the way he was preparing, and his intent in the fight. Obviously, he beat me 2 times back to back when he was saying those things, and I would almost brush them off. Because you take his personality and you take him for granted. You forget that he's one of the most dangerous men on the planet. But again, he's carrying that chip. How does my man Jones look in an actual fight? Because he'll get a fight this time. He'll have to go rounds. If he doesn't, boy, if either of these guys wipes the other one out, it would be jaw-dropping. I would be as shocked as when Sean Strickland beat Israel Adesanya. Speaking of John Jones and Stipe Miocic, yesterday Stipe posted new training footage to his Instagram. In the caption he wrote, "Don't give up the ship." John Jones left a comment with the hard eyes emoji. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Mr. Jojo Ringo. It says, "Izzy saying keep it real is one of the most hypocritical things I've ever seen." The second one's from VIP Set 87. It says, "Izzy promised to do a TikTok dance on Strickland after KOing him, but is disappointed in what Strickland said in the presser." And the final one's from Shooter McGavin. It says, "Izzy really tried to act tough after the fight, but when Sean was in his face yelling at him, he didn't do a damn thing." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.